Welcome back. We've been talking with Professor Andy Malinsky, who's an expert in global dexterity, organizational behavior, and international management. We're lucky enough to have here today one of his students from his global dexterity course here at Brandeis International Business School. Welcome, Layla.
Hi.
Could you tell us a little bit about what you learned in Professor Malinsky's class? What did you have to do when you were in there?
Well, so the situation I was working on was class participation.
So you had to pick something that you
to pick a project
weren't
like
comfortable
small talk
with.
or networking.
Okay, so class participation wasn't something you were comfortable with.
Yeah, because back in China, students and professors, they seldom interact with each other during the lectures.
Okay.
Like if you interrupt with a professor with a question, and this behavior is deemed to be very rude and sometimes a waste of other students' time.
And so that was something you really hadn't.
Yeah, because in the
before.
U.S., students are more encouraged to raise their hands and put forward their questions, interact with others.
Right.
But there's a huge gap between these two behavior patterns.
So what did you have to do? What were the steps that you had to take to become comfortable with class participation?
Well, first is you have to analyze that what's the difference between these two behavior patterns, and you have to analyze your own behavior. What's the aspect that you have to improve?
Right.
And then you first try to convince yourself
Yeah.
into doing
This
that.
is gonna be
it's really
okay.
hard. The first step is also
Was
really
that the
hard.
hardest part?
Yeah, for me, it's the hardest part. And
Right.
I remember Professor Malinsky said, the fearlessness is not you fear nothing, but is to you be brave enough to conquer your
Right.
fear. So every time I think about that,
Yeah, it kind of gets you through.
Yeah, it inspired me a lot.
But by the end of the semester, did you really feel that you had found a new comfort zone with class participation?
Yes, it's a combination of the personal me and the real me and the local culture here.
Sure.
Because I tend to be shy before.
Okay.
Now I'm still shy, but I kind of be part of the class participation right now.
Right.
I can make comments on other students' thoughts.
And feel comfortable about it.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. And that'll serve you really well as you kind of move forward with your other classes.
Yes.